Hello and welcome to Mobile Adventures, where we do have something big planned today. Anyway, before we start or move, this is done on a phone. You might hear clawing and scratching noises to make certain maneuvers happen, otherwise it's held at a wide stance to prevent that. Comes at the cost of penalty of walking into trees, buildings, and pits of death. Anyway, the reason why we're starting this way is, well, when before I record videos, I do other projects. I'm building a subway tunnel that goes from the station to the new village over there, the easy to access village. But then when I came back from the back door, came out here to do something, there were a lot of cows, pigs. You can see a chicken there. And you'll notice lightning rods that weren't there before. And I'm wondering, how the heck did this all happen? Well, while I was building said subway tunnel under here, there was a lightning storm, and well, the barn got hit. So it looks like the cow area may have been moderately damaged. The pigs a little more, and the chickens area was completely destroyed. So my hope is to at least get, I know I could have just went into the building, but how would I show you the damage and why am I grabbing all this stuff? For whatever reason, it wouldn't make sense. So fortunately, when building the beehive, I was also cutting down a crap load of trees, and we got tons of wood to work with there. Same here, albeit not as much. We might want to cut down more than just that. Anyway, those logs, the oak is mostly framing. We can get more trees if we need to. Usually not going out the left door for some reason. The sheep barn, I believe, has been completely unaffected. I just want to go in the back and take a look. Yeah, so there's lightning rods along here. Yeah, so there's pigs and cows everywhere right now. Yeah, I mean, on this side, it doesn't really look all too bad. But the damage has been done, and yeah, let's see if I can just run and jump. Yeah, they escaped. So we need this here. This broken down. The cows will be relatively easy. And I say relatively. Did I use oak for the floors? Yeah, I did. Oh, and of course, this is when the sun goes down. So our big project today is we're going to start brute forcing this village. Obviously the zombie villager thing isn't working. I'm going to have to sacrifice one of you now. Yeah, in the building. Sleep the night off. Leaving the door open because that's what smart people do. Alright, so yeah, we need more oak for sure. Now we do have, did we pick up the egg? Yes. Alright, we are going to put those away right now. Actually, we'll put it away at the chest. What we're going to do now is at least try and get the cows situated. Okay, so there's some minor damage here. A pig is there. Well, this is worse than I thought, so... yeah, I think we're going to need way more than what I got here. I'll just stop there for now. Anyway, pressing a button. Made it all the way to the bottom. The important thing now is to at least get the cows all back together again. Yeah, the chickens were completely destroyed. Here, the cows want their home back. And we got lightning again. Why? Because inconvenience. What other reason? Fortunately, we got ourselves, well, we have the lightning rods. We'll come and get the XP a little later. The mansion was not hit. I think that was going for, yep, the lightning rod that was there. The mansion's good. The sheep barn is good. Nice hit. The XP. Alright, so this is definitely something that needs to be rebuilt. Apparently I did not use birch, which I swore I did, but apparently I never did. So we almost got the cow part fixed. We definitely do not have enough material to fix everything. But we do have enough to get the cows. Alright, so I'm going to build some of those. We're going to build some of the... Yep, we can make that happen. Yeah, we need a lot more of the oak logs for sure. I think we can get the cows back in. I'm sure the whole thing is good. Yeah, I get a little too close there. And the basement window there. Yeah, we need way more. I don't even know if this is worth rebuilding, practically. I mean, we got worked hard on the trap. So I think the cows we're good with. So I'm going to go around and try to collect as many of them as we can. Oh, we got it in our hand already. There aren't too many of them left. Some of them may have became hamburger. So we got the first floor done. We're going to need a lot more. Oh, we're not done yet. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to bring him to the back of the building. You guys are really that dumb. What I'm going to do is bring him to the back of the building. Now we're going to go and sprint over to that window that's completely open. Or we can put it where I wanted instead of where it felt like doing it. Yeah, so if you're too dumb to get through here, get him through, and bolt out of here. Close. We can regenerate that. Alright, they did not come from here. Alright, so they weren't from there. Well, that should keep you guys in there for now. Because we at least have 2 of you. Problem here is we don't have anywhere near enough lumber to rebuild. Yeah. Nope, door. That's what we wanted. Everything's too far away. I'd like to accomplish some stuff. I know I got more logs, but I would rather... Now, you know what, I'll just go to the quote-unquote shed and just sleep the night off there. You can see tons of pigs, more cows, more chickens. Oh, we got more logs. Kept them for something, but kind of needing it for other things at this point. And we picked up one of those. Let's just eliminate a slot. Yeah, we kind of need this for bigger and better things at the moment. Before the wash is done, hopefully we can get enough of the barn rebuilt so the pigs can get their spot back. Maybe they don't want it back. Yeah, the timing couldn't have been worse. Let's get started and then it gets dark. Got so much copper though, we could just put lightning rods everywhere, but you practically have to in Bedrock. For some reason, the distance between them to protect things in Java is twice as much as it is here in Bedrock. Alright. Let's at least get the second floor somewhat built. We're going to actually need stairs first. We're pressing buttons. The thing that game loves ignoring. Alright, so this is gone. Well, it's back. Alright, that's wrong. Okay, how about in? In is the one. That's what we want. Go up this a little bit. As you can see, steps missing there, but moving the mouse. We left it blank that way on purpose. Alright, let's at least try and get some of this rebuilt. Okay, this is the... Nope, I did not ask for that. Wrong answer. Now the thing we need to do... Alright, so... what did we place? Oh, actually, we don't want to do that. This is the staircase to the chicken coop. Of course, winds up down there and not where I need it to be. That. How else would it go, is the saying in this channel is. The fun of rebuilding. If we can get at least a decent amount of this rebuilt. Alright, so what we need to do, I didn't need to go that high, but oh yeah, the chicken thing, it's pretty much guess where things are. Oh wait, we don't want to do that. That's a wall. We've built this before, so we know what it looks like. More or less. Problem is we need a door as well. So good news, we have enough here to at least get some of this relatively safe to traverse. Yeah, we did that before. Alright, so it doesn't look like too much more of the floor got damaged here. We'll just fill this in because we can. It's the chicken coop that's going to take forever. So yes, the damage wasn't as bad as it initially looked. Although, like I said, the chicken coop, though, that is as bad as it looks. There's nothing left. And off camera, I'll do a better job of placing the lightning rods. Alright, so I think the outside of a missing door, we have enough here. So these actually went all the way through. Well, they don't anymore. See, the cows are happy. They got their home back. The pigs, I mean, it's good enough, but yeah, I mean, there's still work to be done. And see, it's almost practically rebuilt, and it's got a ways to go, but it's practically there. Did I leave any extras in there? No. Right over here. So all the trap doors are still there. It's just a matter of making everything look good again. I think the chickens are a lost cause. I'm gonna have to start that from scratch. Brake. Brake. break. Might mean break. Call it silly, but I like that idea. I don't know if I'm going to spend too much more time cutting down trees. Normally I don't look at the washing machine, but yeah, it's almost done, so just going to try and get things so that we're jumping. Yeah, we're going to just try and get this to a point that we can get the pigs back in, which it already is. Did I put anything in there? Oh yeah, we got more lumber there. We're actually okay with lumber. Well, anyway. Grab the carrots. But before we even get the pigs in here, we need another door. There. That out of inventory. Go and get me some pigs. I know I saw a bunch of them down there. I've seen you, but we also seen some others. Want to get them all. All that we can reach, all that we're going to go for. It's safe enough for containment at this point. No, we're not eating. Eventually, what I should probably do is save a carrot and a piece of wheat. I mean, we're practically starting over. We had a ton of them, now we're down to what we got. So it's not ideal, but we do have a repopulation to do. Many of them probably died in this. we'll get you all the way to the other end of the building because I see a spot where you can get out. There. And the washer's done. So, yep, we're placing. Perhaps placing means placing. Game does not like to follow instructions. Alright, so I mean, yeah, we gotta... As they come along, I'm gonna put these here, this here, put this here. Oh, we didn't even need much of that. Alright, so this here. Alright, so I'm gonna go put some stuff away and we're gonna get ready to brute force this village, starting with that one building right there. And we're back. Now, one of the things I was trying to do was get a zombie villager in here. Then cure him. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. That's okay, I think. Yeah, we got another one. But you're going to steal this. Alright, so... what we need is take these two doors, have them open. Alright, so that's part of our pack here. That's what we're going. Now we're not going to build a, what we're going to do is we're going to get a mine cart, make one, make some rails, some powered, many that aren't, and in bits and pieces we are going to migrate the villager over, one of the villagers over to where we are. So with that being said, we'll just see how many that makes things happen, and we can get rid of this, we don't need that. No. I want sticks. Why are rails not a thing? Why are... I have sticks and I have iron ingots. We should be able to make rails. Why are we not showing it? Make a minecart, we need that. Oh, look, rails! You know, the thing we wanted. Alright, we're gonna go just that far with those. I don't know how much gold we got. Alright, not enough to do what we want. I'm doing math in my head, which is a terrible thing to do. 9. that's what we could use. Yeah, we kind of need to have that happen. Should put that there, put that there. We can put a lot of this away right now. She may not have need to have done that, but we did. Actually, we could. Yeah, just, we don't want things going too far. Yeah, we're almost ready for the entirety of this thing. Okay, we need this out of position. Good. We got redstone. Not a ton of it. Away too much of this stuff. We're going for 4 of those. No, wrong button. This. Yeah, we don't have much of the glowstone remaining. Pressing buttons. Put that out of inventory. So, we got our minecart, got our rails, we got our stone torch, and power rail. We should be okay. Brute force this. Of course the timing is bad. That's the only way it works. And of course I'm playing kind of deaf because if I had the volume up where I could hear it, you would go deaf. Especially if you're wearing headphones because the speaker and the microphone are next to each other, more or less. Alright, let's head on over to the good village. I know we got XP and I generally will. Yeah, we'll just... Oh, hissy boomy. Could always use some hissy boomy stuff. Nice hit. Alright, so get that out of immediate inventory. Actually, do want an immediate inventory. Is that not for that point, but as you can see, I have the position indicator on because, as I said, I was building subway tunnels. So I had that on so I could locate the village or get close enough to it before this episode was to air, and we're so now we're gonna have to traverse water. Like I said, the intent is to move him a little bit at a time. Yep, jumping. It's not what I saw before. While I was building the subway, I saw an interesting cave opening, and that was definitely not in the area. Okay. And this is the easy to access village. Steal a villager. You look like someone we could steal. It won't place on ground, huh? There we go. And now we're starting. And we're not going to break it this way all the time. Try and push it back onto the track. There we go. Alright, so now we want these. We want one of these remaining. Not want this bend. Alright, so this is where we're going to start. Stupid cat. said, this is going to be brute forcing it. And we got quite the ways to go. But we don't want him, like I said, getting too far ahead. And, yeah. And, oh, we do have one. Alright, you need a track. There you go. Yeah, we don't really care much about that right now. Lacing. We're going to have to ultimately cross a river, so that's what the dirt is for, to make a bridge. Alright, so... Nope, not what I said. Over here. Now how about jump when I press jump? That would be better. Alright, so we gotta place a bed down right now. We got this guy. No, we don't need that right now. Well, if we wanted to keep going, we do, but... So we're gonna... Oh, we do it. We do have more. I don't know why I thought I didn't have. We can. Alright, so you're a farmer. Break. There we go. Break. still thinks he's a farmer. I think I forgot to do a couple of things. So we know he's down there. Did I take my bed with me? Yes, I did. Okay. Now, one of these I sectioned off. I made my own. Well, we're gonna find out. Little too far. Nope. How about the one I asked for? We will not push you up there yet. Let's see. Breaking stuff when we ask for you to break stuff. So again, we're going to have to deal with a river crossing at the least. Something in front of the cart so it doesn't go shooting off the rails. Need some more okay, let's definitely use more of this stuff. I don't want him getting too far ahead. now we can do this. I get 60 of them now. We're jumping. If we place, no, we shouldn't be. I think they're gone now. Yeah, they are wherever they are. Oh, there's some. I may or may not be making things harder for myself, but we're going to find that out in a moment. Pressing. Something pushed him. Brake. He was not supposed to have moved. Why do we have the diamond pickaxe there? Should not be there. Come on, something go the right way now. Alright, so bed. Alright, the villager got pushed. What pushed him? Sheep probably did it. Now it's going to be very important when we cross the river that if we run out of track at that point, we must have a stop. We must have a stopping block. Last thing I want is to go through all this and have him drown. Plus, when we get to the village, it's going to have to be an elevated railroad anyway. And how about here? Alright, so what we will do is back this. That might have been the amount that I made. Because he's still stuck to that farmer thing. Although if that's going to be the case, then we can reposition him later. Or kill him off, one or the other. one of these. We're jumping. Pressing. It really does not like to follow commands, does it? And put a stopper here. Yeah, we don't want this guy getting too far ahead of us. Of course, I know some of you are saying, yeah, you already mentioned that, but, you know, people will, you know, fast forward through some of this stuff, so, nope, this one. Brake. And we get to do this again if we're successful. As I took a baby, so I mean, I'm surprised he took a job already. Did I forget anything? No. I also know that some might think you could just leave this here for the next one that I transport over, but I'm contemplating whether or not to try the other village. I know there's villagers there. But we're only set up for one right now. Yep, brake. Need too much of a push. It'll just be easier to do this. Just keep going straight this way. We're getting close to where we need to actually start thinking about getting him across the water. do have the bed with me. Yeah. So you said the hard part is yet to come. So give them a runner, and now we base, red. All right, here comes the fun part. Now what I'm going to do here is place this. Grabbing, now, so we don't disturb the water. Nope. So we don't disturb the water. And build up. Up, up, up. It's still not letting me do it. Up. No. That's gonna look stupid. Alright, don't care. Move along. Move the player. Should be able to just duck down and oh, we don't even have to do that. Should just be able to place blocks at this point. Base. Thanks for placing. So we have 11 more. What I'm going to do is just going to start placing track. Imagine that. I wanted to place something there. Alright, this is probably relatively pointless, but no, of course we fall off. Of course we could sneak, but then it would be slow as anything. And then a block, so he doesn't go sailing off this thing like I do. Alright, here comes the fun part. Getting him over the river. Oh, there he is. He's blending in with the scenery. Take everything with us? Yes, we did. Now, just to be sure we can see where the bed is, we're stomping all this crap out of there. Might even just try going up this the next time around. Alright. I mean, we're going to have to go and get some of this back anyway. Nope. This was not well thought out. Like the way swimming works in this. I haven't told you that a billion times already. Alright, so I'm gonna wait for that to go down. Did we get them all back? No, we didn't. There's a rail somewhere. The sun's down. Up. We're going up. Up. Opposite of what you're doing. We're so close to land. Apparently I also used everything I got, so we're going to need this. Well, not exactly where I want it, but not a big difference. Nope, not what I said. Alright, so nope, we're not doing that. Not what I wanted. Surprise, surprise. You didn't get tripped. Good. Alright. Mirty. Yeah, we're gonna look at the other village if we can find one of the ones we could probably grab along the way. We are so close to back on terra firma. Good. Now we can push the villager along. You got a spear in your hand? We got, oh, we don't have it. Oh yeah, we do. I know we got the, not what I wanted. Pressing. Move. This game's really bad, and no, I don't want to do that now. Swim. Yeah, we gotta rethink this. Although we're pretty much across now, so. Not what I wanted, but it works. Not what I wanted. No, I'm not. Now you're swimming. I don't want to swim. I want to move. leave it at that. I've never... No, that's not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to... I did not want to hit him. Moving the player. Didn't want to do that, but good enough. There's the player. Move the player. Move the player. Need to be moving the player. It's getting dark. We need a bed. There's a bed. Jeez. Just do the simple task at hand. Alright, the good thing is the villager is trying to grab this bed. So that's a good thing. So we know that he is trying to... He's going to wind up in the village we want him to be in. Did we get it? How about swim? This thing is not doing its job. How about swim? Break. How about break? I just want to move the player. I want to move the player. Kind of important. Alright, we're just gonna get down here. Ah. Alright. One of these here. We also need this here. The player. We're gonna need a lot of these oak trees anyway. Alright, so we are going to need to turn this way. Pressing. definitely are needing these. Although actually I think we had a selection of them anyhow. And of course, a block. Just to keep them going too far. To approach from this side. All right, let's just chop. Yep, right. You were doing it. Yeah, we can swim. We can swim anytime I want to. We don't, though. Can we move the player? We'll try the other village next time. See if it's a little easier to get them to where we're going. Alright, so back to these guys. Zigzaggy, but we will need a booster here. I did take the bed, right? Yeah, we need this to be a little more obvious that I have a bed. Alright, you'll be gone because you're in the way. We still might actually need these. Well, that's not what I wanted. We'll go with it. Yep, break it. Pressing. Oh, it's just taking forever. was expecting it to take a while, but I didn't expect it to be this long. And then of course, as soon as we do that, place a block. Okay, we're not needing that. And dump this and dump that. Alright, it seems we got everything there. Experience orb there. Yeah, I want to change. Okay, it's getting dark. There we go. Uh-oh. No open caves anywhere. Nope, not that kind. Yep, there's none to be found anywhere. Okay, where is... Yeah, we're gonna have to use the diamond one for now. We're jumping. And we'll leave that there. Oh, this is why I don't want you. Yep. Now we're going to let me reposition things. Okay, we got an opening over here. Over here. In fact, we're almost at the village now. However, when we get there, we're going to have to make it elevated because we don't want to damage the trail that we've made already. And I know this is kind of pointless, but it makes sure he gets to the very end. And of course, a block. Nope. Junk. And actually not a shell's just a novelty item for my gameplay. Break. And he was moved. Well, that's okay. Yep, okay, yep. Well, we weren't quite exactly ready, but we're jumping. We're jumping. Why does the game just not do what it needs to do? Get rid of this block. Won't need it. Yep, break. None of that works. So we're going to need to block here. Nope, good enough. Actually, we're going to do this. this. We're jumping. Oh, we're going to be so close, but not there. Yeah, you can see the destroyed barn, although partially rebuilt. I don't know if he's going to make it up there, but this is so close, but so far. Bed, yes. Put it in #1 spot. Alright, what I'm going to do now is we're going to move the player. The villager is where he needs to be. Right now we're going to place the bed back where it originally belongs. His new home is right there, and he's right there. The mostly rebuilt. It's the roof that took the massive hit. I think these are the cows from the barn. Maybe when we get him in, we'll try and get more of the... Try to get them into the barn. I don't know. Get out of the way. Like I said, we tend to have farmers, but I haven't traded with this guy. He was literally a baby that just grew up. now we're going to need to do this again. We might have to do that. Place. Because if we put this down, we're going to ruin the path. And that is painful to put together. Oh, it works there, but it didn't work in the other place. Place. And he's stuck. We'll fix that. Alright, brake. I don't have shovels. I guess in ye old bedrock it doesn't work the way that it does in Java, where it has momentum and it'll just shoot off, which he did not do. I also forgot I wanted to grab a bundle that was there at that village so I could keep all this stuff together, and I didn't do that. I don't want him escaping. Okay, move the player. And here we have it. I do want to do something with the flowers. I also would like to, let's see, This is pointless. I mean, we're gonna ultimately. This little building's gonna get demoed. Is that? All right. So we just need paper. I do not know if he's going to accept it or not. Finish this up. Over here. Oh, I want to backspace. I'm pressing. Okay, I don't want all. I meant to hit that. Oh wait, I think I got some. Yes, I got some low pressing. I do not know if this guy will take the job. Like I said, I did not trade with him. Yeah, that beehive is dead. How about open? For paper for an emerald, so let's lock him in. Actually, before we even do that, close to wrapping up. Pressing X. Not the most efficient way to go, but yeah, a lot of concentration, so it wasn't, not that I do a lot of talking anyway, because the ability to talk and play a game at the same time seems to be something I'm not very good at doing. I know that they're 64 block radius, but do I want to trust that? Okay, where did we place? No. Move the player. Jumping, jumping, jumping. Yep, break. Not the correct position. There we go. Alright, I want pressing. So, good there. What we'll do is we'll build him a house right. Well, I don't know how well that's going to work, but build a house next door, and I don't know if the fence is going to be an issue. Alright, let's look at stuff here. Pressing. So just keep ignoring the commands. There's a bee. Why are you way out here? anything, I probably need more carrots than I do this stuff. See if any more cows exist up here. So they went everywhere. Cow lost interest. I see some more over here, or it's just one, but still, one is better than nothing. They are so dumb. Pressing. How about feed? The feed button was pressed. Feed. The feed button was pressed. Alright, so you guys are all back to normal. Then we'll go around and look for pigs and try to get them corralled. Because I know there's quite a few of them. I'm getting close to the end of this anyway. Okay, good. You've closed. Now to look for the pigs. I saw like 8 billion of them. Now that I'm here. Break. Let's just get up here. Jumping. Yeah, when I want the pigs, they're not around. Oh, there's one. There's another one. Got wrecked. Another pig. And a lot of them just dissipated, went away. Nope, not whacking at stuff. Used to go that way, but rebuilding process, it's maybe that way. Alright, so outside of being sheltered, the pig part is done. Now we got to do... Oh, we put all that stuff away. Anywho, 2/3 of that is back up and operational. Just for ease of things, we'll just put that there. Junk. We got a lot of rebuilding. You'll have a neighbor soon. We're gonna do the same thing we did with you guys. You guy, that guy. We're braking. We're braking. And we're jumping. What? Come on, just do the job. Break it. Break it. Do you have the shears on us? Of course not. That would be wrong. I wanted to pretty up the lighting. A little hard to do when things we need aren't there. I think that in the pit in that other village that I don't care for, we can get another villager that way. Sleep. Yeah, we're opening. Of course, as I said, with the lightning rods that exist right now, they're haphazardly placed. It's just, I want the protection, I want it now, before the mansion gets touched. There, we could use some of. Why are we throwing things? How about X? All right, so we got our. Move this out of there. That's our moving pack. More or less. That stuff. found something interesting in, while we have the moment. Did I make a new axe? Yes, I did. Good. While I was making the bee thing... Oh, we have more pigs here. The player. By the way, you'll see the branch that I'm making, because it's right there. There it is to the left. That's the branch that's going to ultimately head towards the good village that we swiped the villager from. We're not going to bleed that village dry. We're going to replenish the villager count. We're going to let that happen. Yep, in here. Nope. In here. There you go. I realized I did something wrong. As I was growing oak trees here. One thing is, there's supposed to be flowers next to them, which they're not. And as I was clearing the fields, you get this gray stuff over here. Unfortunately, it's a tiny patch. It's not anything big. How about, okay, that helps. So hopefully this will help. I mean, it's better than 0% chance. Anyway, we got some of these big gray things. Great. Maybe we can make villager houses out of this stuff. Although I'm not going to go and deplete this forest. I think I got all the wood detached from it. And we made another one. There's the stuff anyway. Pale oak. In case there's anything dangerous lurking about, we cut their way from getting at us. Oh, we're already at the top. is dark. I guess this follows the same rules as the dark oak forest. That any. Yeah, I hear you move. There's one there. And another one there. And another one there. Okay, move the player. Eight. Good enough. Alright, so yeah, now to figure out where we're gonna plant. I want to set aside a spot to plant oddball trees. I mean, I know I kinda sorta doing that, but an oddball, I just simply mean those not native to the exact place that I was in. And well, that tells us that we should be done. So yeah, we'll just get to the subway, put some stuff away, and actually I might not bother with that. I'll just get this in. Alright, so yep, keep moving. Alright, so we're just gonna, we're jumping. Yeah, when we sleep, we'll just call it a day, at least in the, at least here. So, we have Route Forest, the start of our village. And this will be Mobile Adventures. The corner looks a little funny, but that it might be just because I'm used to the tower not being connected to the mansion. Like it should be. Anyway, Georgia551 saying, hope you enjoyed and have a good one.